Welcome to a new video which is about trigonometry in geometric shapes. In this video we will solve three sample questions that you may encounter in such type of questions. Without further ado, let's get started. As the first question, guys, we have this rectangle. The point A is here and the point B is here, C is here, and then the D is here. The length between A and B is given us as 10, as it is written here also. And the length of DE is 4, which is this part, guys, and the length of AD is 3, which is actually the height. And in this case, what is the value of tangent alpha if AED angle is given as alpha? In such type of questions, guys, the first thing you should do is just divide this alpha into two parts. For example, let's divide this. Suppose that this is a straight line. Okay, this is 90 degree. So we have a right triangle on the left and we have a right triangle on the right. Because this height is given us as 3, so that height is also 3. And because DE is given as 4, so this part is also 4. Let's call this point as, let's say, Z. Okay, so AZ is 4, and because all AB is 10, and if you subtract 4 from 10, then we have 6. So ZB is gonna be 6, guys. So that part is also 6. And here, guys, what you can do is you can write alpha as, let's say this is A and this is B, right? So alpha is actually A plus B. We can write it in this way. And then our question becomes tangent alpha is equal to actually tangent A plus B, guys. Now question becomes a little bit easier, because if you know the sum formula for tangent A plus B, then we can easily find out the value of this. Why? Because we can easily calculate tangent A from the left triangle and then tangent B from the right triangle, right? For example, tangent A is, if you remember, tangent was opposite divided by adjacent, so it's going to be 4 divided by 3, right? 4 divided by 3. And for tangent B, we will do the same thing. Again, we're gonna have 6 divided by 3, which is gonna be 2, guys, right? This is equal to 6 divided by 3. Anyway, let me write what is tangent A plus tangent B, guys. If you remember, it was tangent A plus tangent B divided by 1 minus tangent A times tangent B, guys. And this is going to be equal to tangent A is 4 divided by 3, right? 4 divided by 3 plus tangent B is 2 divided by 1 minus 4 divided by 3 times 2, guys. This is going to be equal to, I'll make it short here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just multiply this 2 by this 3, which is going to be 6, right? So it's going to be 4 plus 6, which is going to be 10. 10 divided by 3 divided by, I'll do the same thing here. Here we have, guys, 1 minus 8 divided by 3, right? 8 divided by 3. 1 times 3 is 3. 3 minus 8 is going to be negative 5. So it's going to be negative 5 divided by 3. And now we are dividing two fractions. What we're going to do is we will write the first fraction as it is, which is 10 divided by 3. And then we will take the inverse of the second fraction, which is in the denominator. So it's going to be 3 divided by 5, but don't forget this negative sign, so let me put here negative sign. And here, guys, that 3 goes with this 3, and if you divide 10 by 5, then we're going to have 2, but there is also negative, so the result is going to be negative 2, guys. By the way, why it is negative? Because, guys, this alpha is greater than 90 degree, which is going to be in the second quadrant or in the second region, if you remember the unit circle. And in the second region or in the second quadrant, tangent is negative. That is why, guys, our result is negative in this question. In this question, we have a triangle and we are asked to find the value of cotangent alpha. We will do a similar trick here. What we're going to do is, let's say this angle, guys, is called A, and that angle is called B. So if you remember, alpha plus B is going to be A, right? Let me write it here. A is going to be alpha plus B. Why? Because if you say, let's say this is Z, right? So it's going to be Actually, alpha plus b plus z is 180 degree, right? So here also a plus z is going to be 180 degree. A plus z is 180 degree. As you can see, that z and that z, they are same, so alpha plus b should be equal to a actually. This is another way to see a is equal to alpha plus b, guys. Anyway, so here, guys, we are looking for alpha. That means I'm going to keep alpha as it is, and I'm going to send this b from right to the left. And once we do it, then we're going to have on the right it was plus b, and now it's going to be negative b. So a minus b is alpha. For the people who don't know what I did here, I recommend you to take a look at one of my previous videos about shortcuts in calculations. Anyway, so we can think that, guys, alpha is a minus b. And now our question becomes cotangent alpha means cotangent, guys, a minus b. And now we need to remember the difference formula for cotangent, guys. And if you remember, cotangent a minus b is equal to, guys, cotangent a times cotangent b plus 1 divided by cotangent b minus cotangent a, guys. Here we need to find out what is cotangent a and cotangent b. Let me write them here on the left. Cotangent a is equal to, guys, if you look at the angle from the a's perspective, cotangent was adjacent divided by opposite, which is 3 divided by 6, right? If you divide 3 by 6, then we have actually 1 divided by 2, if you simplify it. And for cotangent b, guys, this is cotangent a, by the way. Cotangent b is, again, we will divide adjacent by opposite, which is this part is 3 and that part is 5. If you add them up, then we have 8. So actually it is 8 divided by 6, right? 8 divided by 6. And now if you plug those values in our equation here, then we're going to have 1 divided by 2 times 8 divided by 6 plus 1 divided by, here cotangent b is 8 divided by 6 minus 1 divided by 2, guys. In the numerator, in this part, if you make a simplification here, this 8 becomes 4, right? So we have 4 divided by 6 plus 1 in the, let me write it here actually. This is actually 4 divided by 6 plus 1. And if you multiply 1 by 6, then we have 6. 6 plus 4, which is 10. Actually, this is 10 divided by 6, guys. So in the numerator, we have 10 divided by 6. In the denominator, we will make the denominator same here. We have 6 here and then we have 2 here. If you multiply the second fraction by 3, we can make the denominator same. So we're going to have here 8 minus 3, which is 5 divided by 6, guys. So here we have 5 divided by 6. And now what I'm going to do here is, guys, let me write it here. 10 divided by 6 times, it's going to be 6 divided by 5, right? So that 6 goes with this, and 10 divided by 5 is going to be 2, guys. So in this question, cotangent alpha is 2, guys. And this is our last question, guys, in this video. In this question, we have 2 right triangles. This is the first one and this is the second one. This side is given us as 1 and this side is 3, guys. We have square root of 6 here and we have 4 here. How we can find this height, guys? Well, if you remember the Pythagorean theorem, we have 4 square, which is 16, right? 16 is square of square root of 6, which is gonna be 6 plus, let's say this is h, guys. So it's gonna be h square. And send this 6 to the left, then we're gonna have 16 minus 6, which is 10, is h square. Again, guys, what I did here, you can take a look at shortcuts and calculations video. Anyway, here, guys, if you take the square root of both sides, okay, then we have h as square root of 10, guys. So this height is actually square root of 10. And for sine alpha, what you can do is, guys, the angle DAB, if you look at here, we have DAB, right? This is D and this is A and this is B. If you follow this path, then actually this is alpha. So we're asked to find sine value of this angle. So let's say this is A, guys, and this is B. And what I did here, actually, alpha is A plus B, right? So our question becomes sine alpha is sine A plus B, guys. And we need to remember some formula here. If you remember, it was sine A times cosine B plus cosine A times sine B. So this is equal to, guys, sine A is, if you look at the situation from this angle's perspective, sine is opposite divided by hypotenuse, right? So it's going to be 3 divided by square root of 10, 3 divided by square root of 10 times cosine B, guys. This is the angle, and cosine was adjacent divided by hypotenuse. So it's going to be square root of 10 divided by 4, guys, plus cosine A, again we're coming to angle A, cosine was adjacent divided by hypotenuse, which is going to be 1 divided by square root of 10 times sine B, guys. Sine is opposite divided by hypotenuse, which is square root of 6 divided by 4, guys. In the next step, we will do some simplifications. That square root of 10 goes with this one. So we have 3 divided by 4 here, plus that square root of 10. Actually, let me write square root of 10 as square root of 2 times square root of 5, right? That square root of 6 also, let me write it here, square root of 6 again is square root of 2 times square root of 3. So 1 times square root of 6 is square root of 6 is square root of 2 times square root of 3, right? So it's going to be square root of 2 times square root of 3 times 1, which is this, divided by square root of 10 is, as I wrote it at the top right, it's square root of 2 times square root of 5 times, we also have 4 here, guys. So I put here 4. That square root of 2 goes with this one, and the leftover is, let me write it as 3 over 4 plus square root of 3 divided by 4 square root of 5, guys. 4 square root of 5. And we have two fractions. In order to add them up, denominators should be the same. So as you can see, in the second one, we have 4 square root of 5. We have to multiply the first fraction by square root of 5 also. And once we do it, then let me write the rest on the left side. So we have 3 square root of 5 divided by 4 square root of 5 plus square root of 3 divided by 4 square root of 5. And this is going to be equal to, guys, the denominator is 4 square root of 5 and the numerator is 3 square root of 5 plus square root of 3, guys. And this is the final answer in this question. As you can see in geometric shapes, guys, what we did is we just benefit the sum and difference formulas. Mostly these are the formulas that you may encounter as well in such questions. If you have any question related to the questions that I solved here or anything else, you can put them in the comment section below. Thank you for watching and hopefully see you in the next video.